In this video, we're going to talk about how to convert decimal into fraction. Converting decimal into fraction is just simple, as long as you know the different place values for the decimals. So let us review first. Let's say, for example, we have this number, we have this decimal, and let us review the different place value of this decimal. So we have this part that is ones and tens, but in conversion we can just name it as the whole number, and then the next one are the decimals, which is the important thing to remember when converting a decimal to fraction. So this part is the tenths place. The next one is the hundredths place. The third one is the thousandths place. The fourth one is the 10,000ths place. And the fifth is the 100,000ths place, and so on. So you have to remember those different place values in order for you to convert decimal to fraction. And if you master that, then it's gonna be easy. So for example, we have 0.3 and we want to convert this into fraction. And observe that 3 is in the tenths place. So we read it as 3 tenths. So in fraction, it will be 3 over 10 or 3 tenths. And that's it. Another example, we have 0.17. And observe that the last number is in the hundredths place. So we read it as 17 hundredths. So in fraction, we write it as 17 over 100 or 17 hundredths. And that's the fraction form of 0.17. Another example, 0.329, where the last number is in the thousandths place. So we read it as 329 thousandths. So in fraction, it will be 329 over 1000 or 329 thousandths. Another one, let's say if it involves a whole number, 5.437. So the last number still ends with thousandths. So we read it in fraction as 5 and 437 thousandths. So it would be look like this: 5 and 437 over 1000. And all these fractions are not reducible, and so it's only one step. But in the next slide, I'm going to show you some fractions that need to be reduced. So for example, we have 0.5 and we want to convert this into fraction. So since 5 is in the tenths place, so we read it as 5 tenths, or in fraction 5 over 10. But then this can be reduced. How will you know it can be reduced? If both numerator and denominator can be divided by a common number. In this case, both are divisible by 5. And so we will divide both. 5 divided by 5 is 1 and 10 divided by 5 is 2. So the fraction becomes 1/2. That means 0.5 in fraction is 1/2. Another example, 0.75. And the last number ends in the hundredths place. So in fraction, it will be 75 hundredths or 75 over 100. And this can be reduced. Both are divisible by 5. And so the fraction will be reduced to 15 over 20. And still 15 and 20 are divisible by 5. So we will continue dividing until it is not reducible anymore, or it is in the simplest form. So this will become 3/4. and 3 and 4 doesn't have any common divisor except for 1. And so that is the simplest form. So that means 0.75 in fraction is 3/4. But you can also divide 75 and 100 directly by 25 so that you can get directly the 3/4. So it will be up to you on how to determine the biggest divisor that you can have so that it will be faster. Now another one, we have 4.108. So the 8 ends in the thousands place. So this will be read as 4 and 108 thousandths, or in fraction it will be look like this: 4 and 108 over 1000. Now 108 and 1000 are both even numbers, so that means they are divisible by 2. So we will reduce it by 2. And this becomes 4 and 54 over 500. So observe that we don't change the whole number. So when you are reducing, you only reduce the fraction but retain the whole number. And then 54 and 500 are both even, so that means they are both divisible again by 2. And so this becomes 4 and 27 over 250. And that is the simplest form. So again, you from the 4 and 108 over 1000 or 108 thousandths, you can divide it directly by 4. But as I'm showing you, that's the longer way, but that's the simplest way to understand. Now how about this? These are repeating decimals. And how can we convert this into fraction? That's what we are going to talk about in my next video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have learned from this video. Please support my channel by pressing the subscribe button. And also, write the math topics you want to learn on the comments section.